Thanks, Atlanta. We're also joined by William Fakacha, representing Mr. Mogotsi. Thank you very much for speaking to us on eNCA. The state clearly saying that they still need to verify the address, but you're of the view that this was already done in March, and you believe that this could possibly just be delayed tactics again.
Yes, good morning again. And according to Mr. Brown, he believes that the police came to the address. It was a business address, but not a residential address.
Sorry, please look the other camera. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It was a residential. It was not a residential address, but a business address. So, which is the reason why now the state says no, we cannot say an address has been verified simply because they've gone to his business address. So, the 7 days is for bail application. The 7 days is for bail application and not for address verification. So because it's a Schedule 5 in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act, so the matter will be postponed, has been postponed for bail application.
Once again from eNCA, have you now verified as to whether you're going to be challenging the legality of his arrest? I know you confirmed that you want to challenge it.
Look, upon consulting with Mr. Mogotsi, now his main focus is actually for him to be released on bail, and everything else he will deal with once he's released.
The charges are serious. Additional charges, the perjury, and of course the police are saying this is not going to be easy for him. It's not looking good for him, for your clients.
Look, the charges are very serious, I won't lie, especially the charges for possession of firearm, possession of ammunition. We do know that those particular charges, they hold a sentence of a minimum sentence of 15 years. However, we believe that we're going to challenge those particular charges in court, and the court will exonerate Mr. Mogotsi.
Is your client going to keep on saying, let me not incriminate myself in this bail application?
No, he will be responding. He will be responding. He's not going to be exercising his right to remain silent.
What was his reaction when he was arrested on Friday? We know he was taken by surprise less than an hour after completing the evidence at the Madlanga Commission.
Look, he was clearly shocked. When we went to see him in custody, he was clearly shocked. He didn't understand why he was actually arrested in that particular manner. And we managed to speak to him and reasoned with him as to perhaps that is why this particular arrest happened as it is. But look, from between Friday and now, he's in good spirits, and we believe that we're going to make proper submissions in court, and we're going to challenge the state case.
Have you consulted the family? And in relation to Mr. Mogotsi, once again, how is he doing? Is he eating inside the prison cell? Is he drinking? Is he taking what they're giving him?
He's not comfortable eating. He has indicated to me that perhaps prison would be much, at Johannesburg Correctional Services, it would be much better. But he was complaining about the food at this particular police station, and he has hardly ate between Friday and now. But he's hopeful that once he's at Johannesburg Correctional Services, he will be able to eat.
The initial reaction was that you may consider going the civil route, right?
Yes.
So on what basis would you do that, given that you have not received the docket at this time?
No, it's on the basis that Mr. Mogotsi knows there's no case against him. He knows that there is no evidence that the state is relying on. Look, he doesn't have to wait until he receives the docket. He knows that he did not commit this particular offense that he has been charged with, and that the state is simply creating these particular charges against him.
But isn't this premature in this regard?
You can say it's premature, but if you know that you have not done something and there's no evidence, there's nothing stopping you, and everything will be well articulated in court. So there's nothing stopping him from commencing with the legal proceedings in the civil court.
Do you hold instructions to proceed with those?
Not at this particular stage. At this particular stage, he says I must actually get him out so that he must be reunited with his family.
Is Mr. Mogotsi fearing for his life?
Yes, he is.
Why do you say so?
If you can remember, last year there was a time wherein there was a raid at his property, and subsequent to the raid, there was this particular incident in Vosloorus. Now, when he looked at that particular raid that happened in October, I believe, and then the attempt on his life was in November, then those particular incidents, viewed together, it has actually created him some sort of paranoia.
Yeah, does this firearm belong to him and that vehicle that was involved in this matter?
There is no firearm that was found in his possession, so he knows nothing about a firearm.
So he doesn't own it?
He doesn't own a firearm, he doesn't have a license.
What about that vehicle that was involved in that incident?
It was his vehicle. He was driving the vehicle. And he will even repeat it in court that this particular charge that he was fabricating, this particular